Article 1. The history and cultural significance of the Louvre Museum. The Louvre Museum, located in Paris, France, is one of the most iconic and visited museums in the world. Originally a fortress built in the late 12th century by King Philip II, it was later transformed into a royal palace before becoming a public museum in 1793 during the French Revolution. The museum's collection is vast and diverse, containing more than 38,000 objects that span over 9,000 years of history. The transformation of the Louvre from a royal residence to a museum marks a significant shift in how art and history were viewed by society, allowing public access to treasures once reserved for royalty. One of the key reasons for the Louvre's prominence is its historical significance in European art and culture. The museum houses works from some of the most important periods of Western art, including the Renaissance, Baroque, and Neoclassical eras. Its collection includes masterpieces like Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa and Eugene Delacroix's Liberty, leading the people making it a central hub for art lovers and historians. Beyond these famous works, the Louvre also boasts an impressive collection of ancient artifacts from civilizations such as Egypt, Greece, and Mesopotamia, providing a comprehensive look at human cultural evolution. Architecturally, the Louvre is a testament to various periods in French history. The original medieval fortress still exists in parts of the museum's lower levels, while later expansions in the Renaissance and Classical periods reflect the artistic ambitions of French monarchs. The most striking addition to the museum in recent history is the glass pyramid designed by Chinese-American architect I.M. Pei, which was completed in 1989. This modern architectural feature sparked controversy at the time, as many critics felt it clashed with the traditional design of the Louvre. However, over time, the pyramid has become a beloved symbol of the museum's blend of tradition and modernity. The Louvre's influence extends beyond the borders of France. It has become a global cultural institution with satellite museums in other parts of the world. For instance, the Louvre Abu Dhabi, which opened in 2017, represents a partnership between France and the United Arab Emirates to promote cultural exchange and the sharing of artistic knowledge. This expansion demonstrates the Louvre's commitment to spreading its influence and making art more accessible to a global audience. The role of the Louvre in French society cannot be understated. As a national museum, it has always been tied to the political and social shifts within France during times of upheaval, such as the French Revolution and the two world wars. The museum's collection was both a target and a symbol of national pride. Its ability to survive these turbulent times and continue to grow speaks to its resilience and importance in the cultural landscape of France. In addition to its role in art preservation, the Louvre has also played a significant part in the development of museology, or the study of museums. As one of the first museums to open to the public, the Louvre set a precedent for how art institutions could be organized and managed. It pioneered methods of display and categorization that have influenced museums worldwide. The museum's curatorial practices, educational programs, and public outreach efforts continue to shape the way museums function today. Furthermore, the Louvre is not just a repository of art, but also a cultural icon. It appears frequently in literature, film, and popular culture, symbolizing not only France's artistic heritage, but also the broader idea of cultural preservation and public access to knowledge. For instance, the museum gained further global attention with the release of Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code, which used the Louvre as a central setting for its story. This added to the museum's mystique, reinforcing its position as both a historical landmark and a symbol of intellectual pursuit. Today, the Louvre remains one of the most visited museums in the world, attracting nearly 10 million visitors annually before the COVID-19 pandemic. Its enduring appeal lies in its unique combination of history, art, and architecture, making it a place where the past and present converge. For many, visiting the Louvre is not just about seeing famous works of art, but about engaging with a space that holds centuries of human achievement. Article 2. The Science of Gene Editing and its Ethical Implications. Gene editing, a groundbreaking advancement in molecular biology, has revolutionized the way scientists can manipulate the genetic code of living organisms. This technology, particularly with the advent of CRISPR-Cas, allows researchers to precisely target and modify specific DNA sequences. Unlike traditional genetic modification, which involves the addition of foreign genes into an organism's genome, gene editing involves altering the existing DNA, leading to more accurate and less invasive interventions. The potential applications of gene editing are vast, spanning from curing genetic diseases to improving agricultural yields. However, the rapid development of this technology has raised significant ethical concerns, especially when applied to human embryos. The most prominent tool in gene editing, CRISPR-Cas, was first discovered in bacteria, where it served as a defense mechanism against viruses. Scientists soon realized that this bacterial immune system could be repurposed to cut and replace segments of DNA in living organisms with unprecedented precision. The simplicity, efficiency, and affordability of CRISPR compared to earlier technologies like zinc finger nucleases or TALE NS have accelerated its adoption across the globe, yet while the technology holds immense promise, questions about its long-term effects on genetic diversity and potential misuse have become central to the debate surrounding its application. One of the most promising uses of gene editing is in the field of medicine. Researchers are already exploring its potential to treat genetic disorders like cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, and Huntington's disease. In these cases, the technology could correct harmful mutations, offering a cure rather than just treating symptoms. Clinical trials are ongoing, and while early results are promising, the complexity of human genetics means that unforeseen side effects could arise. Additionally, the ability to edit genes in human embryos, which would affect future generations, raises profound ethical dilemmas about the consequences of altering the human germline. Beyond human health, gene editing has far-reaching implications for agriculture and the environment. Scientists are working to create genetically modified crops that are more resistant to pests, diseases, and environmental stresses like drought or extreme temperatures. These innovations could contribute to global food security, particularly in the face of climate change. Furthermore, gene editing could help in the conservation of endangered species by eliminating harmful mutations or enhancing resistance to diseases. However, concerns about ecological imbalance and the unintended consequences of releasing genetically edited organisms into the wild continue to provoke debate. Despite its potential, gene editing, particularly in humans, has sparked heated ethical debates. One of the primary concerns is the possibility of a designer babies where parents might select traits like intelligence, athleticism, or physical appearance for their offspring. This raises the question of equity. Will access to such technologies create a society where only the wealthy can afford genetically enhanced children? Moreover, there is a fear that gene editing could lead to eugenics, where certain traits are deemed superior to others, potentially reinforcing social inequalities. Regulatory frameworks around gene editing differ across the globe. While some countries have imposed strict bans on editing human embryos, others allow research under tightly controlled conditions. In 2018, a Chinese scientist caused international outrage by announcing that he had edited the genes of twin girls to make them resistant to HIV, marking the first known instance of gene-edited humans. The scientific community widely condemned the experiment, citing a lack of transparency, poor oversight, and the potential for unforeseen consequences. This case highlighted the urgent need for global consensus and guidelines on the responsible use of gene editing technologies. Philosophers and ethicists are also weighing in on the debate. Some argue that if gene editing can prevent suffering and disease, it is a moral imperative to pursue its development. Others, however, caution against playing God and altering the natural course of human evolution. The balance between technological advancement and moral responsibility remains delicate. Ultimately, society must determine how to manage the benefits and risks of gene editing to ensure that it is used ethically and equitably. As gene editing technology continues to evolve, the future of its application remains uncertain. Its potential to revolutionize medicine, agriculture, and environmental conservation is undeniable. However, the ethical implications surrounding its use, particularly in humans, present challenges that must be addressed. While gene editing could provide immense benefits, society must grapple with difficult questions about equity, consent, and the long-term consequences of altering the fabric of life. Article 3. The impact of wildfires on forest regeneration. Wildfires are often seen as destructive forces, devastating large swaths of forest and causing widespread damage to ecosystems. However, fire is a natural part of many forest ecosystems, and its role in regeneration is crucial. In fact, some forests are adapted to periodic fires, with species that depend on them for regeneration. While wildfires can cause short-term destruction, they can also play a vital role in the long-term health and renewal of forests, promoting biodiversity and helping ecosystems to recover. One of the most significant ways in which wildfires contribute to forest regeneration is by clearing out old dead vegetation. Dead plant matter can build up over time, creating a thick layer of organic debris on the forest floor. This debris can prevent new plants from taking root and thriving. When a wildfire sweeps through, it burns away this dead material, clearing space for new growth. The ash left behind also enriches the soil with nutrients, creating a more fertile environment for seeds to germinate. Certain tree species, such as the lodgepole pine and the giant sequoia, have evolved to rely on fire for regeneration. These species produce cones that are sealed with a resin that melts only when exposed to the intense heat of a wildfire. Once the resin melts, the cones open and release their seeds onto the nutrient-rich soil. Without periodic wildfires, these species would struggle to reproduce and maintain their presence in the ecosystem. Additionally, wildfires help maintain biodiversity by creating a mosaic of habitats at different stages of regeneration. After fire, some areas may recover quickly while others may take longer to regenerate. This variation creates a patchwork of different plant species and growth stages, which supports a wide range of animal species. In the absence of fire, forests can become overgrown with a few dominant species, reducing overall biodiversity. While wildfires can promote regeneration, the frequency and intensity of these fires have been increasing in recent years due to climate change. Hotter, drier conditions have led to more frequent and intense fires, which can overwhelm ecosystems and hinder their ability to recover. In some cases, forests that have adapted to periodic fires are being destroyed by fires that occur too frequently or burn too intensely for the ecosystem to handle. Human activity also plays a role in altering the natural fire cycle. Fire suppression efforts, which are intended to protect human life and property, can prevent smaller, naturally occurring fires from burning. This allows vegetation to build up, leading to more intense fires when they do eventually occur. In the long term, fire suppression can be counterproductive as it increases the risk of catastrophic wildfires that cause more damage than the smaller fires would have. In some cases, forest managers have begun using controlled burns to mimic the natural fire cycle. Controlled burns are deliberately set and carefully managed to reduce the buildup of vegetation and lower the risk of larger, uncontrollable wildfires. By reintroducing fire into the ecosystem in a controlled way, forest managers can promote regeneration while minimizing the risk to human life and property. The future of wildfire management is likely to involve a combination of fire suppression, controlled burns, and efforts to mitigate the effects of climate change. As the planet warms and wildfires become more frequent, it will be increasingly important to balance the need to protect human communities with the role that fire plays in maintaining healthy forest ecosystems. Article 4. The role of renewable energy in reducing carbon footprints. The growing awareness of climate change and environmental degradation has led to an increased emphasis on reducing carbon footprints. One of the most effective ways to achieve this goal is by transitioning from traditional fossil fuels to renewable energy sources. Renewable energy, which includes solar, wind, hydroelectric, and geothermal power, offers a sustainable solution for decreasing the emissions of carbon dioxide, and other greenhouse gases that are responsible for global warming. The shift towards renewable energy is not only essential for addressing climate change, but also for ensuring the long-term sustainability of global energy supplies. Fossil fuels, such as coal, oil, and natural gas, are the primary sources of energy for most industrialized nations. However, these fuels contribute significantly to environmental problems. When burned for energy, fossil fuels release large amounts of methane, and other pollutants into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere, leading to the greenhouse effect and ultimately global warming. In contrast, renewable energy sources produce little to no emissions, making them an attractive alternative for reducing the carbon footprints of both individuals and industries. One of the most significant advantages of renewable energy is that it is derived from natural processes that are replenished constantly. Solar energy harnesses the power of the sun, wind energy captures the kinetic energy of the wind, and hydroelectric power relies on the movement of water. These energy sources are abundant and, unlike fossil fuels, are not subject to depletion. Moreover, technological advances have made renewable energy more accessible and cost-effective, encouraging countries around the world to invest in clean energy infrastructure. Despite the benefits, the widespread adoption of renewable energy faces several challenges. One of the primary obstacles is the intermittent nature of some renewable energy sources, such as solar and wind power, which depend on weather conditions. Solar panels cannot generate electricity at night, and wind turbines require adequate wind speeds to operate efficiently. To address this issue, energy storage technologies, such as batteries, are being developed to store excess energy when production exceeds demand and release it when renewable sources are not available. Another challenge is the existing infrastructure that is designed around fossil fuels. Many countries have power grids and transportation systems that are optimized for the use of coal, oil, and natural gas. Transitioning to renewable energy requires significant investments in infrastructure to accommodate new energy sources. This includes upgrading power grids to handle the variable outputs of renewable energy and developing electric vehicle charging networks to reduce reliance on gasoline and diesel. Governments and international organizations play a critical role in promoting renewable energy through policies and incentives. Many countries have implemented subsidies, tax breaks, and grants to encourage the development and adoption of renewable energy technologies. Additionally, international agreements, such as the Paris Agreement, aim to limit global temperature rise by reducing carbon emissions. These policies have created a favorable environment for the expansion of renewable energy markets, with countries setting ambitious goals for increasing their share of clean energy in the coming decades. The economic benefits of renewable energy are also worth noting. As renewable technologies become more widespread, they generate jobs in manufacturing, installation, and maintenance. The renewable energy sector has been one of the fastest growing industries in recent years, creating millions of jobs worldwide. In addition, renewable energy reduces the economic risks associated with fossil fuel price volatility and energy security concerns, as countries that rely heavily on imports for their energy needs are vulnerable to fluctuations in global fuel prices. Finally, renewable energy has a significant impact on reducing air pollution and improving public health. Fossil fuel combustion is a major source of air pollutants, including particulate matter, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxides, which can cause respiratory problems, cardiovascular diseases, and premature death. By reducing reliance on fossil fuels, renewable energy can improve air quality and contribute to a healthier population, reducing healthcare costs associated with pollution-related illnesses. In conclusion, the transition to renewable energy is a crucial step in reducing carbon footprints and mitigating the effects of climate change. While challenges remain, such as infrastructure adaptation and energy storage, the long-term benefits of renewable energy far outweigh the costs. With continued investment and policy support, renewable energy has the potential to revolutionize the global energy landscape and contribute to a more sustainable and healthier future.